I've been around people who are pretty rich and have real money, and there are three specific things that they never talk about. And if you find yourself in these conversations all the time, you're probably not as rich as you think. Let me show you what I mean. Real wealth is quiet. It's practically invisible. The loudest person in the room bragging about how much money they made, they're usually broke. I've been around people with real wealth, a lot of them in their 20s, and they all share these subtle behaviors that separate them from people who are just trying to look rich. Here are 9 signs someone is secretly wealthy. Sign number 1, they don't flex their life. Wealthy people never talk about these 3 things: how much they make, how much things cost, and how much stuff they own. Now let me explain. They don't brag about their income. They don't constantly mention the price tag on their car or vacation, and they're not showing off every single purchase they make. Why? Because real luxury is about freedom and having options, not having stuff. If someone's always telling you how much their salary is or what they paid for something, they're really just trying to prove they made it, and honestly, they're probably just trying to convince themselves more than you. But people with real wealth, they don't have anything to prove. And if they ever are talking about, the salary or how much they cost, it's usually an exchange of knowledge, not necessarily bragging. They're being transparent for a reason, not just to boast. Sign number 2, quality over logos. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I don't know a single truly rich or wealthy person who owns a Gucci shirt with a giant logo on it. I'm sorry, Gucci, but I don't know anyone who has actual money who owns a shirt like that. And that's because real wealthy people who are really rich, they care about the quality, not just the brand names. They'll wear a no-name shirt with no logos, no brand at all, that costs $200 because of the fabric and the craftsmanship, but you never know that's expensive just by looking at it. People who need to broadcast wealth wear logos like they're billboards. But people who actually have it, they don't need to announce it. They don't want to look rich, they want to feel rich. And they couldn't care less about looking rich to strangers. Sign number 3, they don't look at the price tag. Now here's a weird subtle one. Wealthy people, or people who have control over their money, they don't obsess over the cost of everyday things. Now for example, when picking up the dinner bill with friends, they don't really even check the total. Not because they're reckless or they have unlimited amounts of money, but because they know that it won't really break their bank account and the gesture matters more. Taking care of people that they care about matters more necessarily than the dollar amount. And that's true financial freedom. The price tag doesn't dictate your decisions, and you're not making choices based off of fear or based off of what you may have. Sign number 4, they spend on invisible things. Their money goes to places that you never notice unless you spend 24 hours with them. Organic produce, preventative doctor visits, blood work, high-end gym memberships, supplements, rare hobbies. Wealthy people like to invest in minor luxuries that improve their quality of life, but doesn't necessarily scream, hey, look at me. And these are kind of spending patterns that wealthier households actually prioritize. These preventative healthcare, education, experiences over material goods. Number 5, hygiene and appearance. Truly wealthy people are hyper aware of how they look and feel. Not necessarily out of a vanity metrics, but they understand on a basic level that if they look good, if they feel good, they'll perform even better. Clean appearance, regular haircuts, good grooming, good hygiene. They take care of everything because they know that, again, feeling good leads to looking good, which leads to performing well. It's not vanity, it's optimization. Now, for all my bros out there, this doesn't mean you need to get a facial or get a mani pedicure at all. It doesn't mean that. It just means that, hey, go take a shower, go wash your face, go get a haircut every once in a while, every month. Invest in yourself, how you look to the world, because like it or not, people do judge off appearances. But again, it's not about vanity or trying to impress people. It's about optimization. Number 6, the basic needs are all covered. They live in modest homes, drive basic, reliable cars. Their money isn't going towards, living expenses, survival anymore. It's going towards their fulfillment. And if you took psychology class in high school, this is literally Maslow's hierarchy of needs in action. Once your basic needs are handled, food, rent, anything that you need to absolutely survive, you start wanting to spend or start worrying about experiences, education, learning, self-actualization, and fulfillment. They're not necessarily worried about upgrading their lifestyle more than they need to. They move past that. And here's the thing, wealthier households typically carry low revolving debts and hold more mortgage debt than consumer debts. Why? Well, that's because they're investing in assets, not financing lifestyles. Number 7, time is their most valuable asset. Wealthy people will pay for convenience without blinking. Order delivery instead of cooking. Sure, it saves probably a couple hours of doing the dishes, cooking. That time could be better spent making more money. Paying an extra $100 to avoid a 20-hour layover. Done. Again, time is money. It's not laziness or reckless spending to them, it's just math. Their time is worth more than the cost of convenience. Wealthy people spend $10 to save hours. Sign number 8, they master delayed gratification. While everyone else buys now, well, do people wait? If they're making a big purchase, they research for weeks or months and they wait for the right deal, the right time. And sometimes they realize that they don't even need the item at all. Most people can't delay gratifications for more than 24 hours, let alone a couple of minutes. And that's a difference between building wealth and staying broke. The ability to just wait, to resist instant purchases or impulse buys, and to let compound interest do the work. And that's what really separates people who build wealth from people who just want to look wealthy. Number 9, the video game paradox. Real wealthy people live in homes that may be a little too small or inexpensive for their income level. And that's because the bigger the house means more decorating, more cleaners, more work, landscapers, pool maintenance. It's a never-ending pit of money. Think about it like a video game. When you first start playing, you're grinding in the starter zone, no gear, basic character, just trying to level up. Then you hit your max level. Best gear, best mounts, best, everything is unlocked. You're in the end game zones, the flashiest areas. But then something weird happens. The truly experienced people, the people who have already won the game, they go back to the starter zones. Not because they have to, but because they actually enjoy playing the game. They're not trying to prove anything anymore. They're not grinding for no reason. They're just playing the game for fun. And that's what real wealth looks like. You're not living in the biggest house to prove you made it or just to prove that you can afford whatever. You're living where you actually want to because you have the freedom to choose. And once you upsize just for appearances, you can't downsize without feeling like you failed. It's just normal. We all go through that. You become trapped by what other people think. But when you have real wealth, you do what you want because you want to, not because you have something to prove. Now, real wealth isn't loud. It's not flashy, it whispers. If you're trying to look rich, you're probably not building wealth. But if you're quietly investing, spending on things that actually matter, prioritizing your time and freedom over just having stuff, you're on the right path. In this video right here, I break down exactly where you should put your money after each payday. Check it out. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And of course, till next time.